Yes, hello my dear friends, how you all are? So hopefully you are fine, good. And yes, more importantly, your preparation is going on in the very well direction. So my dear friends, as all of you know, even in the panel discussion we have discussed, Airport Authority of India came with the recruitment of managers and junior executive in various discipline. That PDF already we have shared with all of you guys. So that is a golden opportunity to all of you to serve in the Airport Authority of India. And along with that, one thing I want to add here, because very soon you will get the more than 400 vacancy in ATC, more than 400 vacancies. That will be another golden opportunity to all of you guys, right? And if you talk about their syllabus and ATC syllabus, more and less is same. So if you start your preparation earlier, obviously you will be ahead of other student. अगर आप preparation जल्दी start करते हो तो obviously इसका आपको benefit मिलेगा, आप other student से आगे रहोगे, right? So my dear friends, what is the target of the today's session? So in this session, I am going to cover basically one topic, that is the error and measurement. Here we can see that is the part of 11th class physics. Okay, here we can see that is the part of what? 11th class physics. And there was 24 question in the physics, including 11 and 12. Out of that 24 question, 2 question was from that segment, error and measurement. Basically that is the segment of unit and dimension. So out of 24, they are going to ask 2 questions only from a single topic. That means it is important. And my dear friends, what I am going to be deal in this session, first I will see you can see here what type of PYQ, what type of previously question has been asked from error and measurement. After that, I will give the most important or most appropriate learning content for that topic, and last but not least, I will give some practice question here that you can solve along with the answer and detailed explanation I will give you, right? And even I will discuss here also explanation and all that. Now, another question you may ask, sir, this is our YouTube session, so tell me where I will get the PDF, right? That is a very genuine question. So my dear friends, there is one WhatsApp link is given, WhatsApp group link is given basically, which is free of cost. You don't have to pay anything. And what advantage you have? I used to share approximate whatever free content is there, all I will share there. More than 30% free content your PDF team is going to be shared in that particular group. So we can join that group and you can ace your preparation. One more point I want to add before starting the session, my dear friends. Your PDF team or our team already started the batch for the paid batch, basically for the mentioned notification, that is started from today onward. That means 27th of July onward, that class is continue in the paid batch. So if you want to ace your preparation, you want to enjoy the class, you want to get selected in the exam, so you can join our paid module also. One more point I want to add, my dear friends. Since the last more than 5 years you are going to be cover the all various exam of Airport Authority of India, and you have seen class must be interactive, right? Otherwise, what happened earlier you have seen, and getting the feedback from the student, sir, pen tab class is not looking good, sir. It was not much more interactive. So keeping in that mind requirement of a student and making the class much more interactive, your PDF team came with all the class will get on the digital board. Not a single class from the pen tab, all the class, whatever physics, math, FT, reasoning, GS, everything will be covered on the digital boards. And obviously it will be in the live, you can watch in the recording format also, no problem. So that it should be much more interactive. You can interact that, mentor, ask the doubt, whatever you have. Okay, all these things. And that all about the session, my dear friends. Next, okay. And yes, my dear friends, if you talk about physics, okay, one more point I want to add before starting the session. My dear friends, what I can do extra that year for all of you. What I can do extra. What happened, especially in the part of physics, not even the physics in all the part, but I am talking about the physics. What happened at the last of the time, a student facing lot of difficulty to memorize, to recall the formula, and in the exam they are going to forget the formula and they get rejected. So keeping in mind that thing, that year what I am going to do, I will give the proper sheet in which covering all the formula, all the important points in that sheet, including the 11th or 12th class physics, by keeping in mind, okay, what type of question is going to be asked and what they can ask in the upcoming exam. Here we can see, my dear friends, First I have given the some PYQ. Don't worry how I can solve. It's my responsibility to make you easier how it is able to solve, how you will able to solve that type of question. First see the question, and on the basis of that I have given the learning content also, and after that what different types of question, if they have asked that type of question, so in the upcoming exam what different type of question they can ask from that particular topic I will deal here. So my dear friends, here we can see as I already earlier discussed, today discussion in the error and measurement. The first question, the current I through resistance R on applying voltage V was measured as follow. V is equal to given 100 plus minus 4 volt and I is equal to given 100 plus minus 0.3 ampere. Find the percentage error in R, means resistance. That is the first question we can see, which was asked in the last exam. That is another question which was asked. The question is that if the time period of oscillation of a pendulum is measured as 1.5 second using a stopwatch with a least count of 1/2 second, or we can say the 0.5 second, the permissible error in the measurement is some option you have, and you have to be solved. So my dear friends, if they have asked these two type of question from that particular topic, so what next they can ask? So for that purpose, first I am given here learning content, that I will discuss, obviously now I will discuss, and after that I have given here practice question along with the answer, along with proper explanation we can solve. And as I told you earlier, from where you can get that PDF, obviously we can join the WhatsApp group which is free, which is given in the description of that particular video, right? So okay, let's start the story dear. So okay sir, that is the practice question. Where is our learning content? So this is. So what is, here basically this is error analysis and measurement, right? As I told you earlier, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया, that is basically one sub part of unit and dimension, or we can say unit of measurement. That is the second part of unit and measurement chapter. So what is the true value? First true value. What is the true value? As you know, true value means what is the actual value. That is called true value. Let's say I am telling you कि you have to be measure anything and expected their standard length is 7 meter. So that 7 meter is called true value. With the reference of that you have to measure another one. So simple we can say, since the extra true value, exact true value of the quantity is often unknown, the arithmetic mean of multiple measured reading is taken as the best estimated to the true value, and you can take the average. By that one different observation you have take, and after that you are going to take their average value. So that is basically a true value. Or in another way we can also say, if you have any standard things, let's assume this is a standard having, let's assume 0.5 meter, let's assume 0.5 meter. So that is called true value. With that value I can measure, that is our standard value. With that value I can measure the length of other marker or anything with that. So that is called true value. Now what is accuracy? What is accuracy and precision? Mostly I seen a student getting lot of difficulty about the accuracy and the precision. So what is the accuracy and how you can define? Accuracy is how close a measured value to the true value of the quantity. What is the meaning is that, let's assume the true value is 100. Let's assume this is your true value, and you are taking the reading and you are getting 98. That means you are very accurate. आप 100 के बहुत पास हो, means आप बहुत ज़्यादा accurate हो. So accurate meaning is that how much close to true value. That is called accurate. You are going to measure. आप तो measure करोगे ना, तभी तो error आएगा. You are going to measure the things. So since standard is 100, so जिस इंस्ट्रूमेंट से आप रीडिंग ले रहे हो, क्या ये 100 का आसपास रिजल्ट दे रहा है कि नहीं दे रहा है? That is called basically your accuracy. Now what is precision? In day to day life, it looking same accuracy and precision in day to day life, but in the error and measurement chapter that is totally different. Precision is what? The closeness or consistency among the multiple independent measurement of the same quantity. Okay, what is this? Let us assume, my dear friends, the true value is 100. Okay, true value. Now you have conducted the experiment, you have taken the result several number of times. One time you have taken the result, that is getting 80. Another time you have taken the result of doing the experiment, you are getting 80.5. Now again you are going to do the experiment, you are getting 79.5. Again you are going to do the experiment, you are getting approximate 81. So what you see, that is called basically repeatedness. They are going to repeat their value more or less approximate same value. That means you can say the reading is going to be so every times around the 80, either 80.5, 79.5 or sometimes 81. So that is called precision. Precision means the instrument that you are going to be used, it is going to be repeat the same result again and again and again, or near the same result, exactly 80, or sometimes they will reproduce 80 several times, but sometimes 80.5, 79.5, that way they will reproduce the result. So that is called precision. Now one question will come in your mind, sir, is there any relation in the accuracy and precision? What is your view? What do you think? Here, these two are totally different. Usually students get confused that these two are same. But my dear friends, these two are totally different and there is no interconnection between the accuracy and the precision. These two are totally independent from each other. How, sir? What is the meaning of that, sir? If 100 is true value and you are getting, 98, so that is called accuracy. And 100 is true value and you are getting the result, you are going to take the result and you are getting like 75. So it is not accuracy. And if you are going to be repeat the same result multiple times, result ले रहे हो and you are getting 74.5, you are getting right 75.5, like that you are getting sometimes 76. That means you are getting the result nearby the 75. Getting now? But is it true? Is it accurate? No, 100 is there and you are getting 75. You are not accurate. So this instrument is not accurate, but it is a precise. Not accurate but precise. But suppose you are using the same instrument and you are getting the result like that 98. Another time you are getting 98.5. Free result lete ho 97.5. Like that you are getting. That means that type of device is called accurate as well as precision. But if you are getting the 75 and 74.5, 76 like that, so it is called not accurate but it will be the precise. Now it could be something like that also, sir. 100 and I am getting the result 98 and after that I am getting 78, I am getting 73 like that. So the reading is fluctuating very high. बहुत ज़्यादा रिजल्ट फ्लक्चुएट कर रहा है. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड नॉट प्रिसाइज रिजल्ट. दैट इज नॉट कॉल्ड प्रिसाइज. दैट इज नॉट प्रिसाइज इंस्ट्रूमेंट यू आर गोइंग टू बी यूज. So always keep in mind, my dear friends, that is the meaning of accuracy. Accuracy means how close to the true value. Precision means how they are going to be reproduce the same result multiple times. If you are going to be take the observation or going to be take the result from the same instrument multiple times, so they are going to be reproduce the same result again and again. So that is called precision. Accurate instrument can be precise, cannot be precise. Precise instrument can be accurate, cannot be accurate. That is the things you have to be keep in mind. Now, so classification of error. How many different types of error is there? One is called systematic error. What the meaning of systematic error, sir? Simple, we can say error that tends occur in one direction, either constantly positive or negative. They can be defined, they can be identified and eliminated. Systematic error, basically this is because of the system. You can change error coming because of the something you are getting change environment condition, some observation you are going to be take. So that is the part of systematic error. Systematic error generally coming here, we can say consistently positive or negative. Means that, my dear friends, suppose here this is your true value, this is your true value, true value, you are getting the result like that. So this is called observation error because this is true value and you are far away, so this is called positive, and here result is coming something like that, so it is called negative. So either it will be negative or positive. So if you talk about different types of systematic error, one is called instrumental error. So what is this? Caused by faulty calibration or zero error on the device. Means instrument you are going to be take the result, you are going to check the various data and the calibrated is wrong on that instrument, the calibration is wrong. That is called instrumental error. Maybe there is no proper spacing between two value, or there could be error in the calibration of the zero. So that is called instrumental error, like vernier caliper, screw gauge, all that. Observation of personal error. This is because of your observation you are taking the wrong, right? So that is caused by the individual bias or error while reading the scale. Means आपसे जो error रहने में कभी कभार ये भी होता है. Let's assume you are 79.589. So what result we can say? We can say, sir, it is approximate 79.56. So some error is coming there also, right? So that is also comes under the category of that error. Now environmental error. What the meaning of environmental error? Environmental error means, my dear friends, due to the external change like temperature, pressure, humidity, means you are going to be use the instrument, their result can be affected because of the temperature change, because of the pressure change, because of the humidity change. Because of that, their result can be affected. Now suppose you have taken the result, and now during that what is happening? The humidity change of the atmosphere. So what is happening? Result will get affected. So that is also one type of error. Basically that is the part of systematic error, and that type of error is known as what, my dear friends? Environmental error. Yes, you can control that by controlling the atmospheric things. Next is what? Random error. Random is what? Something, anything extra is coming there which is not expected. So the unpredictable, irregular variation caused by uncontrolled environmental condition or human limitation. So random error you can eliminate how? Random error, you take the multiple result. You can take them n number of times you have taken the result. That not necessary every time you will get the random error. You have taken the n multiple observation, and to reduce the random error you multiply it 1 upon n. So by that we can reduce the random error. And random error is not in your control here. It can comes because of various things, as environmental change, because of sometimes observational error, sometimes because of the instrumental error. So because of all that you are getting the random error. Now what is the gross error? So human mistake resulting from the carelessness, incorrect reading, already it is the same of the above. Now what the important thing? Mathematical representation of the error. My dear friends, that is very, very important, and you have to remember that. You have to remember all of that. Okay, this is absolute error is what? Here we can say difference between the true and individual measured value. This is called absolute error. What is mean absolute error? So average of absolute magnitude of all or individual errors. You have to take the average of all. Relative or fractional error, so a mean upon am. Percentage error, a mean upon am into 100. So that thing you will see in the question also. Now okay, when physical quantity are combined mathematically, their individual error propagate into the final result as follow. Now this is another important, on that concept the question has been asked. Whatever I am going to discuss, previously 2 questions that you have seen on the PYQ, that is on that concept. It is based on that concept. Now suppose you are going to be you are getting the result Z by adding 2 things or by subtracting 2 things like A plus B, or you are getting the Z by A minus B. In that case, how you can calculate the error? So rule is what? Absolute error always add up. Whenever you talk about absolute error, always keep in mind you have to be add. You have to be add the thing. You have to what, my dear friends? Add the thing, right? Maximum absolute error will be, always keep in mind, change in A plus change in B. Always keep in mind, you can see in the question. So maximum absolute error is what? Whatever error you are getting in A plus of error getting in B. That is called absolute, or you can say maximum absolute error when you are adding 2 things or subtracting 2 things. In this is the change in A, this is in change in B. We can see into the question, don't worry. Now multiplication, you are getting the Z by multiplication of 2 things, A and B, or either division A and B. So what? In that case, relative or percentage error is always add up, and maximum relative error is given by change in Z is equal to change in A upon original A plus change in B upon original B, or we can say the actual value of B. So that is called multiplication. We'll see in the question. Just give 5 minutes, okay? Every concept will be clear. Just give 5 minutes. Just focus on that. So you are getting Z by multiplication A and B, or you are getting Z by multiplication A upon B. In that case, if you have to get the maximum relative error, so it will be change in Z upon Z plus a change in A upon A plus change in B upon B. Now, see my dear friends here, this is called exponential power. If the thing is given like that, Z equal to A ke power P, B ke power Q, or C upon R, it is something like that, huh? In that case, how you can get the error? Maximum relative error formula is given by change in length upon change in z upon original z. See, what is the power of a? So if p, so it is, here you can say p, so change in a upon a, and power you have to be just multiply. Same, what is the power of b? It is q, so q change in b upon original b. And here what is the power of r, or power of c? So it is r, so change in c upon original c. So that thing you have to be just keep in mind, and you have to be consider the sign also. Least count is what, my dear friends? Least count means the smallest measurement value that can be directly and accurately measured by an instrument, that is called least count. Least count means the minimum value that they can read. You have a one, you are using the scale in your college day, in your school day. If I remember, a scale in the geometry box, there was a scale in your college day. Have you remember? So in this, whatever the minimum length that you can measure, that is called least value. लिस्ट वैल्यू कुछ नहीं यार, जो मिनिमम वैल्यू आप मेजर कर सकते हो किसी भी इंस्ट्रूमेंट से, ये उसका लिस्ट काउंट कहलाता है. सो सिंपल, द स्मॉलेस्ट मेजरमेंट वैल्यू दैट कैन बी डायरेक्टली एंड एक्यूरेटली मेजर्ड बाय एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट, राइट. एंड नेक्स्ट इज व्हाट? परमिसिबल एरर इक्वल टू लिस्ट काउंट. सो परसेंटेज परमिसिबल एरर इज गिवन बाय लिस्ट काउंट अपॉन मेजर्ड वैल्यू इनटू 100. नाउ माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, लेट्स सी हाउ मच थिंग यू हैव लर्नड. I will go to the PYQ. Before that, solve some question. In the length of rectangular measured as 10 plus minus 0.2 and its width 5 plus minus 0.1 cm. The percentage error in area, you have to be calculate what is the percentage error in area. So how we can get the area, my dear friends? Obviously we can say, sir, area will be length into width, right? So percentage error in A, what will be? So this is multiplication. Just now you have seen the rule, change in length upon length plus a change in width upon width into 100. Now what is change in length upon length? So we can say plus minus 2, right? 0.2 in what? 10. So change is what? Plus minus 2. So you are going to put the 0.2 plus minus 0.2, and what is the value in which it is going to be changed? Base value. So it is 10. So you are getting 10 and you are getting 2%. Now same way if you talk about in the width. So what is change in width? So simple we can say change in width upon original width. Percentage, basically we have to calculate percentage error. So how much? 0.1. And what is the base value? 5. So you are getting 2. And what is the total error? Simple we can say change in length upon original length plus change in width upon original width upon 100. So it is coming 2%, or plus of it is coming how much? 2%. So 2 plus 2 how much percent? You are getting the 4%. Let's try to clear that thing through another example. Okay. Yes, see, a student measure a length of 2 cm using a vernier caliper having a least count of 0.01 cm. So in the question least count is given. How much? Least count is given 0.01 cm. Okay, and measured length is what? Measured value. Measured value we can see how much? Measured value is 2, right? So I will ask what is the percentage error in measurement. So percentage is what? Just now you have seen least count upon measured value. What is the least count? 0.01 cm upon 2. Since you have to get in the form of percentage, so multiplied by 100, and by that you are getting how much? 0.5%. By solving that you will get the value is coming out to be 0.5%. So you are getting the answer is A. Okay, now come to the next question. The next question is that the density of a cube is calculated, density mass upon volume. So density of a cube is calculated by measuring its mass and side length. If the maximum error in mass, maximum error clearly mentioned, maximum error in the mass and length are 3% and 2% respectively, the maximum error in the density. So my dear friends, what is density? So we can say, sir, mass upon volume, right now, mass upon volume, right or no? Yes sir. So here mass, so what is the mass? Simple we can say m. Volume will be what? Length ke power cube, right now, length ke power 3, since it is clearly mentioned cube, so L ke power 3. Now have you remember, this is the division, it is something like that. Z is equal to A upon B, and B ke something power is given 3, B ke power something is given 3, right? So here we can say density is mass upon volume, m upon LPO. So maximum error you can get change in n upon original m plus of, this is power 3 na, This is 3, so 3 change in length upon original length. Okay, so this is given 3% change in mass upon original mass. This is given 3%, and this is given how much percent we can see 2%, but their value 3 you have to multiply. So simple, we can get 3% plus 6%, you are getting the 9%, right? Okay, so now come to the next question. Potential difference V is given as 100 plus minus 5V, and current is given 10 plus minus 0.2 ampere. The percentage error in the resistance is, and yes, you have some options. So how you can calculate? You know Ohm's law. What is V is equal to IR, right? And you have to be calculate what percentage error in the resistance. So what you can write? R is equal to V upon I, right? And now if you have to be get the what percentage error in R, so what will be percentage error in R? So error in V plus of error in I, right? Now error in V plus error in I. So what is the error in V? So 5, and on what is the base value? 100. So we are getting 5 upon 100, and by since you have to be getting the percentage, just multiplied by 100, we will get the 5%. Similarly, what is the error in the current? So we can say 0.2, and what is the base value? 10. So 0.2 upon 10, you have to be get the percentage, just multiplied by 100, so you are getting 2%. So what is the total error in the resistance? We can say 5% plus or 2%, and you are getting the 7%. That way you have to be solve that type of question, right? Simple, you have to be use the concept, you could be able to solve. Come to the next question. That is the next question. Question is that Z is given as A squared B ke power cube upon C ke power 4, and the percentage error in A, B and C are 1%, 2%, 3% respectively. Then you have to be calculate the percentage error in Z. What you have to be calculate the percentage error in Z. So what is the rule? What is the base rule to calculate the percentage error? So percentage error we can calculate basically. So you can say A ke power 2, so it will be 2 change in length, change in A upon original A, plus B ke power 3, so 3 change in B upon original B, plus C ke power 4, so you have to be 4. Okay, sometimes a student gets confused. Yes sir, this is in the denominator, so I have to take the minus. No, my dear friends, you don't have to be taking the minus. You have to be in all the case, you have to be take the value of plus, right? So 4 change in C upon C, and everything is given in the question. Change in A is 1, 1% is given, so 2 into 1%. Change in B is given 2%, so and their value is 3. So just put the value, and by that you are getting how much percent? You are getting 20% the answer. That is the next question. Question is that a stopwatch has a least count. That time least count is given 0.2 second. Okay, the time of 20 oscillation of a pendulum is measured to be 25 seconds. Okay, the percentage error in the time estimate time measurement is. So percentage error in time measurement, simple we can say change in time upon original time. So what was the least count? Simple we can say least count. So least count is 0.2 second, and what is measured value? This is 25. So 0.2 upon 25, since you have to be getting the percentage, multiplied by 100 and will get the 0.8%. So that was the earlier one of the PYQ that has been asked, right? That is the next question again on your screen. Clear, no? That thing clear and here. So you have to be calculate the percentage error in measurement. So this is least count upon measured value, no? So least count is what? 0.2 second, measured value is 25. This 20 just to make you confused. That is irrelevant data in this question, and this is given just to make you confused. No role of that data in that question. But sometimes it happen given to just confuse you, because if instead of 30 it is happening 30, still there is no change in the answer. Come to the next question. The percentage error in a radius of a sphere is 2%. The percentage error in its volume is, so okay, percentage error radius sphere, percentage error in the radius is given, and this is how much percent? 2%, and you have to be calculate the percentage error in the volume. So what is the volume in the sphere? All of V is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. So V is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. Percentage error in V, what is happening? Pi is constant, 4 by 3 is constant, so there is no role of this. Simple we can say power 3 na. So 3 percentage error in the R. Percentage error in the R is given 2%. just multiply it by 3, we'll get the 6%. That is another PYQ has been asked. So my dear friends, we can see how much easy question they are going to be asked. But yeah, they are going to make a hypothetical pressure on you. A student will think how tough question this is, how I can proceed. Simple, 4 by 3 pi, this is constant na. So in the constant, how the change we can observe? We can observe change in the variable na. So this is constant, no any 4 by 3 pi, this is constant. So no any variation can be takes place in that. 5 is always 5. Is it possible 5 could be 5.6? Never. So that's why you cannot get any error in that. That is another question. If force is expressed as ax plus bx, x is displacement, what is the dimension of a and b? So that question I am going to be some left to you. I will share all that with you. Now my dear friends, come to the here PYQ that I have given here. Now come to the PYQ, okay, in your exam. So that was the PYQ question. Here see. Simple, we can see the current I through a resistance R applying voltage V was measured as follow. V is given 100 plus minus 4V and I is given 100 plus minus 0.3A. Find the percentage error in R. Voltage is given, change in voltage, 4 volt is given, change in current, voltage is how much? Plus minus 4 is given na? And in the current 0.3 is given. So according to Ohm's law already you have discussed that question. Ohm's law is what? V is equal to IR. So simple, you have to be calculating the R na. So R is equal to V upon I, right? So just add that, just add them, right? So change in here we can say error in the resistance. So error in voltage plus error in the current. Just put the value. I think that value is given na 4. So change is given 4 and original value is what? Original value is 100. So 4 upon 100, it is coming into 100 plus this is 0.3 upon 10 into 100. Just solve that and by that you are getting. Let me check how much value it is coming out to be. So here you can see 4 and this is 0.3 upon 10 into 103. So error you will be in the 7%. So that was the question we have seen. That is another question that was asked in your exam. Now I think you are able to solve that question now. If the time period of oscillation of a pendulum is measured 1.5 second using a stopwatch with a least count is given 0.5 second, right? The permissible error in the measurement. So again it is a very easy question, right or no my dear friends, tell me. Yes, we can say sir error it is going to be asked in the measurement. So what is the least count? Least count is 0.5. So value is least count upon absolute or measured value 1.5. Since I have to be get in the form of percentage, I will multiply it by 100 and I think you are getting 33.33%, right? Yeah, obviously 0.5 upon 1.5, so I think 1 upon 3 na. So it will be 1 upon 3 into 100. So you are getting. So that was the thing my dear friends. Now you can ask where I will get the PDF. As I told you earlier, you can join our WhatsApp group which is given in the description link. Their link is given in the description, okay. Next session will come with another topic. Thank you. And already I have told you my dear friends, our paid batch is started from 27th of July onward. You can join in that. Thank you all.